Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our final episode of our Hunter the Reckoning miniseries. As you can see to my side, there are 3 skulls now, because after last episode, the danger rating is at 3, as well as the desperation. Last episode, we established that they met up on Wednesday afternoon before the events of the open mic. There was a lot of correcting the series of events because information was naturally flowing forward, but we also have to keep in mind that things happened after this meeting, not before. They looked over the medical paper and saw that it was all above board, though Rom did notice that there was a small part of the circle of a coffee stain in the bottom right corner with a perfectly round drop on the ring. Rom went back to the hospital while the other 2 went into the club and talked to his dad's doctor and witnessed another shift in his behavior. But he ended up meeting up with the other 2 at the end of the night, and they went off to the bridge where they witnessed the scene there together. They saw the body was dangling by the foot, almost like the Fool tarot card. They noticed that the netting that held her up out of the water was actually glistening. They heard that they were pulling up a boat to let her down instead of just pulling her up because they were afraid to damage the body further. Almost around 1 o'clock, it started to flurry with some snow for them. And they noticed that the couple that they managed to get a chance to talk to as they were leaving after being questioned by the police did not leave in their car. And after they saw that it was empty, they found some footprints that led over to a nearby building where they climbed it up as best as possible because it almost turned into a Mr. Bean episode. But they saw the facade of what was this monstrous gargoyle-like creature that they ended up shooting, and it lunged at them. And this is where we're going to pick up right where we left off, with these handsome boys about to get ate by this monstrous creature. So you shot at it.
Yes.
And
if I could have shot again, it would have been. I would have done it too if you gave me enough time.
If this was a human, you would have probably blown it apart, traditional 80s action movie style. Just pink mist and a catchy one-liner. However, this is not a human.
Great.
Copy.
And so 2 things happen as it lunges forward. One is that it makes its rouse check to not vomit up the blood that it drank from the guy. And it fails its 1 rouse check to heal 2 points of damage that you did to it.
All 2 points.
All 2 points.
Yeah. I know Mia got it good, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, you both got it good. Like I said, if this was a human,
it would have been down.
End credits.
No.
Roll the end credits.
If it was a human, we wouldn't be bothering with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, why are we shooting a human? Just keep it going.
But since you're so eager for Mia to act, Ike, even or odds in your favor.
Even or odds? I never tell me the odds, so definitely odds always.
Odds always. Perfect. So I need this many dice for my attack. The 1 hunger goes there. Okay, it's not terrible. It's not great, so don't worry. You're not gonna die. But you see the thing lunge forward. There's this look as some of the wounds start to heal. The 2 bullet holes. You see the 2 bullets kind of pop out of their wounds, and the holes slowly begin to become less and less. What's it called? Abrasive and open. And as it shoots forward, you see the fingers that looked human at one point, as the facade now fades away completely. So you see this creature. The fingers end in these pointed, jagged claws. and it just lashes out in an upward arc at AB.
Damn it! Yes.
So AB, because this is a bladed weapon, and you are human, you're gonna take 5 points.
May I ask? Because I do have a shield. This is a supernatural?
This is a supernatural creature. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what that does. So that's from repel or thwart.
I mean, it's just part of my It's part of my artifact.
Oh, the artifact. Okay. So the artifact shields a hunter from harm by supernatural forces. While it is on their person, any physical damage sustained from supernatural sources is halved. Okay. Wow. That's good, because you were about to go fucking night-night. We'll round up for dramatic purposes.
Sure.
So you take 3 points of superficial damage.
It is but a scratch.
Yeah. As your arm looks like pieces of bacon are coming off of it.
Yep, that's fine.
But now that it's in melee range, it is a free-for-all. It has attacked, so its turn is over. So now the three of you can act in whatever order you'd like.
Okay. I mean, I would love just to bear hug this thing so that it cannot move. Therefore, it would give... If I did that, let's just say, hypothetically, if AB decided...
There was his last day to live?
Yeah. And he wanted to pin the arms down as much as he could to this gargoyle in order for everybody else to get... Like, I don't know if it would give them advantage, give them extra dice, to hit a target that would technically be restrained momentarily.
Yeah.
Teenager and the junkie.
It would definitely prevent him from trying to dodge. So I'll say, depending on what your margin is, I'll take away some dice from his defense.
Okay. And if that's the case,
If
Mia's gonna jump in front of Rom and kind of like shove him so he can start going downstairs the fire escape and hold out her gun to fire once she has a clear shot of the creature that's being restrained.
Okay. That's if AB restrains him.
AB, there is no if. He's going to do it.
Okay.
Right? You better do it.
Wait, real quick. I also need to ask about willpower.
Uh-huh.
When am I able to use willpower in this situation?
Anytime after the roll.
Anytime so in other words, if I roll horrible, which I think is what's going to happen, I can use willpower to re-roll that? Or is it
you can re-roll up to 3 non-desperation dice.
Copy.
Just like in Vampire, where you can re-roll any non-hunger dice. There's the similar mechanic here.
So how much desperation dice are we using right now?
You're up to 3 right now.
Okay, but I mean, considering that this is, I would imagine this is part of my creed.
Any direct conflict with the supernatural while on the hunt. Yeah, this is
on the news. This is on the
news. Yeah. Yeah, and finally, this is definitely Mia's wheelhouse too.
Yeah.
The whole 3 episodes has been like, does this match my creed? Does this match my creed? And it's just like, no, it does now.
So I'll say I imagine then it's strength and brawl or strength and athletics.
It would be strength and brawl for you. What is Rom going to do as he gets shoved?
I'm gonna try to grab the grappling hook.
Okay.
That AB had thrown up earlier.
Yeah.
to see if that might be something to defend myself with, or maybe for some tripping up with this monster.
Sure. Yeah,
No, start the van. Start the van, Rom.
The cops will be here soon. It's fine.
If you want to try to
Nothing's
tangle its feet, that would be a dexterity and melee roll to use it like a whip. And Ike, for you, it'll be a composure and firearms roll to shoot it.
Composure, and I can use my creed, right?
You can use your 3 desperation dice. Yes.
So the 3 desperation
Yes.
goes on top of the roll that I'm doing, or
Yes.
is it replaced?
It is
Okay.
3. It is 3 extra dice
So you said composure and what else?
and firearms.
Firearms. Here we go, and then my creed 3. You said right?
Yep.
3 desperation.
3 desperation dice.
Oh, nice. 7 dice in total. Here we go, baby.
All right, so my desperation dice is a 1, a 4, and an 8.
Okay, so 1 success there.
And then the rest is 2 6s, a 5, and an 8. So that's 4 success.
4 successes.
I want to use a willpower
Okay.
so that I can go ahead, since 2, so that means I'm just going to roll the 3 that were under that
Well,
failed.
remember, make sure they're not desperation dice.
Right. So
You cannot affect them. Once they're rolled, they're rolled.
Yeah, so 5 of the 8 dice that I rolled
Mhm.
are out. Like I have, so right now it's 3 successes, right?
4.
4.
Yeah, 6 or higher.
So I'm just gonna re-roll the 2 dice that are below
Okay.
that are not desperation.
Yep.
And I'm glad I did that, an 8 and a 2. So we'll just add another one. So that's 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay.
Sweet.
And then you let me know if at any point, because if I'm able to hold on for dear life,
Mhm.
and it gets back to me, then we're, this is the 80s. This is the height of a certain genre of opera, if you will.
Yeah. When did Over the Top come out? Is that something?
Over the top came out shortly after this, but what I'm thinking more of is
WWF?
yeah, it's more of the original wrestler, the original.
Yeah. You spear him, and you grab onto his body. You don't manage to get any of his arms,
Son of a bitch.
but you do grab onto his body, and you can feel he isn't stone. There's skin. It's fleshy. Like there's give to it, and you can see that now that you're so close to it, he looks almost like Frankenstein's monster. Like he's a patchwork of some things.
I'm
But
out of character. I'm out of character. I'm
Mhm.
glad you said that, because I remember when we faced this in the other like you described it as being a mishmash monster. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that. Yay!
there is a through line. What did Mia get?
From the regular dice,
Yeah,
she got a 2, 4, 10, 9.
so 2 successes.
And then on my desperation dice, I got a 2, 9, 10.
Okay, so 4 successes total.
So 4 successes and 2 10s, one in each.
So minus
Desperation,
1
regular.
for an extra action, an extra defense, and then minus 1 more for AB grabbing it.
Nice. Come on! I'm gonna die, but at least
No.
it'll be.
It'll be heroic. You see that the second it sees that there's another threat to it, it tries to kind of sideswipe it, but you're holding onto it so much that you actually hear the gunshot go off behind you, and you see this chunk of his shoulder go off. You had 5 successes, you said?
4.
4. Okay.
What AB had 5, I think.
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
4.
Okay. So yeah, so you see this fucking, it hits, and there should be this massive crater, but there's just this little kind of pothole of skin that flakes off. Rom.
So, how safe would it look like to get into melee range of this thing for me?
You saw
Because
that.
I'm thinking now to just like jam the grappling hook into it
Okay.
and run away with the rope.
With the rope.
Jam it into him.
You saw that it raked its claw across AB's arm, and as a reaction, AB obviously raised it defensively. And as the arm came back, there was this bear claw like gashes down his arm. If he grabs you, it's not going to be a good day for you.
Can I get at him from behind? Does he got a big old tail?
He does not. He does not have a tail.
Oh. Okay, then what I'm gonna do instead is get to the fire escape and tie down the grappling hook rope.
Okay.
And wait to see if I can get a position where we can, further impede this thing.
Okay.
Rob's going gargoyle fishing. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
There we go.
Seriously.
It's called Hunter.
Yeah. Not scaredy cat.
Yeah, not runner. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna take advantage. And you feel, AB, you feel the muscles tense up, and he gets taller for a second as he gets up on the balls of his feet, and then he drops down and just squats. And Mia and Ram will see him just kind of come down around, hook his arms up, and then bring AB's body up so that his legs are now kind of like dangling backwards.
Oh shit!
And you
Fucking suplex.
you see his maw open, and he just bites into.
Does it open into a grappling hook shaped hole?
It does not. It is a regular sized mouth, just with very large fangs in it. And it's gonna try to bite AB. Because of the situation that you're in, you will get 1 dice to try and avoid kind of like squirming. If you want to try to defend yourself.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. You always get 1 die to try to defend yourself, so.
All right. And I rolled a 7.
Okay, so that's going to remove 1 of his successes. That's a failure. So, boop. Okay. So because of your shield,
You don't like it.
no, I mean, you have to have some defenses as a hunter.
Yeah.
What would have been 4 damage is halved to 2 superficial damage.
Yeah, so that means I've already taken 3, so now I'm at 1 aggravated, right?
No, you have 5 health.
Oh, why did I have 4 here?
So your 5 is, well, when I looked at your character sheet, you have 2 stamina plus 3 is 5.
There you go. Yeah, you're right.
So you have all your boxes filled with superficial damage. Any more damage will become aggravated.
I look like Swiss cheese.
Yep. But you also, Ram and Mia will notice that it doesn't bite to drink, it bites to rip. And there is this mouth-sized hole in AB's side. But the moment it rips, it just kind of like drops you back down, and it tries to see if that weakened you enough for him to get out of your clinch. What order would you like to go this round?
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
just in the position that I'm in,
Mhm.
he lifted me up.
Yep.
bit down, I guess, on the shoulder, right, or on the clavicle.
No, where your waist is, because you speared him.
Bit on the waist.
So he pulled you up from your midsection.
Okay, so in that sense,
So like waist, hip, kind of like upper thigh area is where he bit into.
what I want to try.
Try it. You only
Okay.
live once, boo boo.
I know, and unfortunately, AB loves that Saturday night main event
YOLO,
wrestling.
bro.
Since he lifted and grabbed that, what I want to do is I want to drop my shoulders down, which would bring my legs up, wrap my legs around the back of his head, and then flip him over like a Frankensteiner. In other words, pull back so he flips. See if I can flip him over at this point.
Yeah, that'll be strength and athletics for sure.
That's
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay, wait.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
While this maneuver is going, this is where the grappling hook to the legs would be really helpful, maybe.
yes, actually. So
Yeah.
grapple his legs. Yeah, grapple his legs.
Rom goes first, then AB, and then I can clean up.
There you go.
Okay.
And
Everything goes-
I don't want to
everything
throw
goes
it. I
to
just want to
plan.
run around him.
Just walk up and shoot him directly in the face. Just at this point, see
I
what
saw Empire.
Yeah, without the position that of like, because right now they look like an elephant because it's two sets of legs. So for you to run around them, you would be capturing AB's legs too.
Yeah, but he has me in the air though, doesn't he?
No, he put you down.
Oh, then never mind. Then
Yeah,
my idea.
Yeah.
Then my idea of Fort
Can I
Wayne.
just go the other way around to get the monster's legs first?
Yeah, but like I said, they both have their legs
Yeah.
down, so it's like an elephant.
Okay,
Like, you would have to
I'm
try to
just watching
shoot it.
until I see the.
Yeah, you would try to
opportunity
have to
for it.
try to shoot it through the legs, and then pull and grab. But otherwise, then go ahead, AB, roll your strength and athletics.
No. I got to do something different now that I
Oh.
know that my feet are on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I thought this was all like in one motion, so never mind.
No,
All right.
no, he bit and let go, like, and dropped you again. Like he if he would have been drinking, then he would have kept you where you were.
Well, since I am up close and personal with him,
Mhm.
right? I want to go ahead. I'll just step back so that there's enough space in between us,
Okay.
so that I can go ahead and pull out the revolver that's from my waist if he didn't bite into it, and put
No.
it right under his chin so that I could fire it.
I mean, I could say that you had the revolver in your hand anyway when you grabbed him.
Yeah. Well, if there is a chance that I could also sidestep after that, that would be great. But I would think that's a
Sure.
little too much. And then that would allow Rom to go ahead and then grapple his feet.
Yeah. So roll your composure and firearms then instead.
Sure.
Let's see what your threshold is. We agreed last time that your gun counted as a +2.
Yeah. And I'm adding the desperation to this.
Yeah. Go nuts.
All right, 3 7s on the desperation.
Okay.
A 6, 5, 2, and an 8. So that's
5 successes.
5 successes. Yep.
So 7.
Actually, no. Forgive me. 5 successes, but I want to go ahead and use my another willpower
Okay.
and roll the 3 that did not make it and
Sure.
see if I can get it higher. And I rolled a 10, so I'll
Okay.
go ahead and take that 10.
So that's 6. Yeah. So 6 + 2 is 8.
If it like I could see the seams that the jawline was connected to the rest of the face, right?
Mhm.
I'm hoping that we could see that literally fly off.
Yeah. You hit him dead right where the neck meets the chest. And you're imagining on a human being, this would be murderous. There would just be this cavity, almost like the crater in the middle of Utah. Instead, there is again this little pothole of this wound and it already looks like the flesh is mending itself.
This son of a bitch.
But you do manage to kind of sidestep out of the way, opening up an alley for Mia. If she wants to take another shot.
All of this while the helicopter's coming.
Yep.
Am I close enough to see like the stitching and all that, like the pieces where it's put together?
No.
I wouldn't be able to see that yet. Okay.
No. He has this weirdness about him from your distance, but you can't put your finger on it. What did you say, Rom?
I was thinking I might need to toss the grappling hook like to Mia, basically, to get it to, to turn around. I'm not sure how the geometry is working for me to be able to entangle.
Well, now that AB's moved, you can try it now.
Okay, just like run flat around him.
Yeah, it'll be a stamina and athletics roll.
Sure. And the desperation, it's just flat on top of that?
If it matches your creed, yes. You can call on your desperation.
Nope. Well, I guess
I think
building, inventing, repairing, or augmenting. Inventing while on the hunt.
If you wanted to try to make something out of the grappling hook and rope that you have...
Well, I'm making I'm improvising the use of the grappling hook into something completely different. But yeah.
Stretch. It's a stretch.
Yeah. Then I'm just going to. I guess that's just 2 dice for me.
Oh, okay.
Does that seem at all like a thing that might succeed?
I mean, worst case scenario, he gets 1 die to defend against you.
I can probably help you tie its legs.
10 and a 6.
Okay. 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. You run over and you have this idea. You've just seen Empire Strikes Back. You remember the scene where Luke is in the snow speeder and they're fucking bringing down the AT-ATs, and you're like, that's how we get them. You rush forward. You do a couple of laps around them, and then you're just like super happy, and he steps out of it.
Oh.
Just takes a step back out of the circle that you made.
Well,
yeah, Mia's gonna go in. She's fired at this thing twice. Saw that AB's fired at it, and nothing has happened. So she's just gonna you know what? It's time to get dirty and use some of her dirty fighting. And she's gonna get up close and try to slide underneath and see if Gargoyle has nods.
Okay. It's going to be a strength and brawl check then.
Sweet. That's 5 dice, and I can use my creed too, right?
Yes. And you have a dirty fighting specialty, so that adds 1 more dice.
Oh, man. Apparently, it is canon. This gargoyle does indeed have gonads, depending.
Yeah. I mean, the Wolfman had nards, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Wolf nards.
That's true. He's at
6.
2 hunger.
I have a total of 9 dice. Ooh, yeah. I got 1. Okay, on my regular dice, I got 2 9s, an 8, and a 10.
Okay.
And then on my desperation, Hold on, wait. Regular dice. Hold on. Let me separate everything. All right, my regular dice, I got a 3, 4, 8, 10, 9, 9. So 4 successes out of the regular dice, and then my desperation, I got a 2, 5, 10.
So 5 dice. 5 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love these dice.
Yeah. 2, 3. Boop. Boop.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Okay. You slide in, and there is this kind of drift of snow. You can feel that the icy rooftop actually helped give you the clearance you need. You slide right over Rom's rope, just tangling it up, fucking it up for everybody. But you do manage to connect with the undercarriage of this creature. And there is a soft, fleshy bit there. And you do some damage, but it just looks down at you. And now for its turn.
Well, keep it going on me. I mean, I am the threat. I am the threat.
It gets hungrier. But it now has somebody that's right up in its face. And so it takes a swipe down at Mia. 6. 8 because of a crit. So you have 1 dice.
1 dice?
Yeah.
1 dice to
Try and avoid, or lessen the amount of damage you're about to take.
Yeah, all by 1. All by 1.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
An 8.
Okay. Okay. So you take 9 points of superficial damage. No. Yeah, because you can't have this.
9?
Yep.
All right, my health is at 6. So what happens?
So you take 6 superficial damage, and then the leftover becomes aggravated. So you have 3 aggravated damage. So
Where do I mark all this?
I have a running tab of it.
All right. Okay.
So you're going to be at a -2 dice penalty moving forward until you get medical attention.
Oh boy.
But Rom sees the difference in what AB's artifact does for him versus Mia, who doesn't have an artifact to defend him, because this thing reaches down and just literally guts Mia from the belly button up to her neck, and there is this bear-sized 4 tracks of just ruined flesh, and it just kind of licks its tips. AB, Brahm and the now aggravatedly damaged Mia, what would you like to do for your last turn?
Sorry, you said, what would you like to do for your last turn?
Your last turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, remember, the New World of Darkness does 3 and out. So regardless of what's happening after 3 successes, after 3 rounds, combat ends.
So
I was thinking of jumping off the roof, holding onto the grappling hook,
Okay.
and yelling out, "Grab on!"
Grab on.
Yeah, live to hunt another day.
Okay.
So, where is Mia position right now?
Underneath it. Probably sprawled
All the
out.
coiled rope.
Huh?
Near
Well,
all the coiled rope
near all the coiled rope. Yep.
to get yanked off the roof.
To easily get yanked off the roof if she wants to hold on to it.
It's tied off to the fire escape, so...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you think that I should just go, considering where I'm at, since I'm close to Mia, should I just pick her up and then try to run towards the rope then at this point?
Sure.
No, I'm asking as a group here.
Oh, sorry.
I think like Mia's basically like right on top of the rope.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would just be like jumping on top of her like she's a grenade and then grabbing onto her in the rope. And like getting yeeted off the roof.
We're both fucked up right now.
Wait, so you're saying, because the grappling hook is there, so if she's on top of it, you're saying that when you jump off, that instead of us with our weight holding you so that you would actually be suspended on the side of the wall, you think that you're going to be able to pull us? Is that
we've established that it's a slippery, icy roof because Mia was able to slide up in front of it.
Copy. All right.
That's
yeah.
I mean, what's the
worst case? Rom gets off the roof.
Yeah, it's a pulley system, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Would there be a chance that I can do this in a way where I can position myself to at least get one more shot off?
Sure, no? you can shoot and dive. Yeah, that'll just be a -1 dive penalty.
I'll go ahead and do that. So that would be composure and firearms -1 die. So that's 3 plus the 3 desperation.
Yeah.
So 6, 3, and 4 on the desperation. 7, 6, and a 10.
Okay, 4 successes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to. I can't use willpower on this. So
no.
Yeah.
You have this lethal weapon moment where you're just like, this is gonna be badass if it lands, and you shoot yourself forward, try to defend Mia as best as possible. The arm comes out with the gun. It is color of money, no look. You just fucking fire. You hear the thunder crack of the gun. Rom sees this creature move with such speed that it's actually on the far side of the roof once the gun goes off. But you land on top of Mia. Rom jumps off the roof, holding onto the rope, and his weight is enough to pull the two of you to the edge of the roof. At this point, the helicopter's spotlight has shone onto the roof itself. The thing, all you hear is its screech and hiss, and then the three of you hear its wings, heavy leather wings, just kind of flap, and you all feel the kind of gust of cold air as you assume that it's now gone into the sky.
Okay, so just so that I can get an understanding of what's about to happen to Mia and myself.
Yeah.
Because he did pull us. I'm happy he pulled us.
Yeah.
Now we're essentially going to descend from the top of the roof down.
No. The way physics works. The way physics works is the two of you weigh more than Rom. So, although you did grab the rope, and although Rom did jump over the roof, there's only so much weight and gravity pulling down at the same time. So you're not going to go over the edge. You and me are going to hit the edge hard, and you're going to stop Rom's descent.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there's a counterweight up here to Rom's weight.
Because you're saying that there's an actual there is an actual
I figure if you
I'm
guys
sorry, I live in Miami.
Off.
I live in Miami, so I think that every roof you're able to just fly off.
Just fly off, obviously.
I forget in Salem they have this thing so they can hold itself up.
Yeah. Obviously, different. It's a different part of the world. There's obviously better architecture over there.
It's all about the bricks.
They're not breaking all the barrel tiles?
No.
But if that's the case, then if the light is shining on him, then what I'm trying to do is see if I can.
The light stays on you.
On us.
Yeah. Because you are the ones that are bleeding out right now. And normal people don't think twice about a flying creature that took off that is human shaped. That's shit for other people that are above their pay grade. That probably won't even make it into the police report, honestly. Nobody wants to do a psych eval.
Yeah. It's like, did you see that?
That's paperwork.
What?
See what?
A human flies straight up in the air?
Nope.
Yeah.
I ain't see shit.
Didn't see it. Yeah, neither did I.
Nope.
Good. Good. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let go of the rope then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let go of the rope.
I thumped the extra 10 feet down.
Yeah, because I imagine that when by the time the light shined on us,
yeah,
it was just showing us two and the creature. So
yeah, and you hear their sirens coming, and Rom, as he kind of peeks out of the hall, out of the alleyway, will see that there is an ambulance. The ambulance that was on the bridge is actually making its way over to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hoof it to the van and pull it up to the fire escape. I'm not sure if we're gonna avail ourselves of emergency services or not, but I want to be ready to get.
I tell AB, you got to get out of here.
Shut up.
AB.
Shush. I literally do that. I put my finger over Mia's lips. I'm like, shush, shut your stupid mouth. I'm not leaving you by yourself.
Yeah.
Besides, we can't draw attention to ourselves. We're just play it as though instead of it being two dead and two people dead and two supposed in other words, instead of being the first suspects, we just gotta act like one of the four victims. So let's just treat it that way. I literally am trying to like. I take off the jacket I have just so that I could cover what I believe is a profuse bleeding coming from her chest.
Mm-hmm.
I give AB my gun. You know what to do.
Throw it over the edge.
At that point, what I'm trying to do is I'm getting up, like I'll get up to get to the ledge, just so that I can drop whatever guns are on us off to the edge, and hopefully Dom is still there.
Yeah,
you might toss it over to the bodies of the other people.
Right when the light's shining on us. Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
Yeah, all right.
Rom will hear the two thunks as the guns drop onto the roof of his van.
Yeah, and I'll scrabble up and get them, and then I guess like I'll look and just take off.
Yeah.
So you leave as the ambulance pulls up to the entrance.
Yeah, I wasn't going to expect him to be like, "Oh, let me just wait here and wait for the police to arrive."
Yeah, right.
Don't look at my windowless van.
Yeah, it's the free candies for aesthetics. But
who doesn't love free candy?
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Let's follow Rom as he drives away from the scene of the crime. Because we know where...
Oh, fuck.
We know where AB and Mia are going to end up.
Yep.
Where does Rom go? What's going through his mind?
Back to the church, the safe house.
Yep.
I want to try to get a hold of Persephone or somebody else who's in our one of the pantheon.
When you get down,
whatever contacts I have from them.
Yeah, when you get down into the little office, the kind of basement meeting room that they've set aside for you guys, you see that Apollo's there, and he's got a blackboard with maps of the city, and there's little pins sticking out of each one. And each pen has like a folded up notepad, like a little pocket notepad paper, with writing on it. And as the door opens, you can see that he's turned the blackboard so it's profiled to the door, so you can't really see what's on it. When he sees it's you, then he kind of turns it back. Close the door.
Close the door. Hey, we're in fucking trouble.
All right. Calm down and walk me through what happened.
We found the gargoyle rooftop on Verder Street in West Salem. There's the other body, the fourth body now, and we saw it, the gargoyle. It was like this. I give like some basic big wings. It flew away.
Okay.
Helicopter bleeding out on the rooftop. I left them with the ambulances coming.
All right.
But I knew that we gotta.
He goes over to what looks like a book bag, like a little Jansport, and you see him pull out this leather-bound journal, except that when he opens it, the pages aren't lined. They're kind of blank, and he goes over to a blank page. He sits down, and he pulls out pencils and charcoal, and he's like, okay, describe everything to me. And once you're done, we'll ask about any arrivals at Salem General or West Salem Mercy.
Okay, and I try to give him as detailed as I can of the creature. It killed 2 people. It got them out of a car. I guess it wasn't done with a girl, or maybe it's unrelated to the girl on the bridge. She was wrapped up in some netting. It was kind of sparkly.
Make
really
make an intelligence and awareness roll to see how detailed your description is.
I've got some of those. Oh. 2 10s, 2 9s, an 8, and some fails.
Okay. Yeah, that's 7 successes because of your crit.
Hey.
Yeah, you start describing the minutia of his details, like when you ran around him, like how his feet looked, how he has no tail, but there is like a stump, like there should have been a tail. The wings.
Nards.
He's got nards. You know that for a fact. And how his wings are at the base of his spine and not at the shoulders, since his bones aren't hollow. You will need to have a proper distribution of your weight. So there is an elegance to what this thing is. It was designed intelligently. And when he finishes the drawing, you are staring at a miniature version of what you just saw tear apart AB and Mia.
That's him. That's him exactly.
Okay.
Well, I didn't see the nards.
Okay. I'm sure that we'll leave that to a observer's interpretation.
Sure.
We don't need to draw those in. And he looks at it. He looks at you. This is going to be difficult. I was hoping this was somebody we could track out in the open. But all right, this is better than what we've got before. Everything is just like Mothman and red eyes and just the flapping of wings. Now we have face.
And there's the two victims. I mean, other than AB and Mia, who knows how they are now. But they're the 2 victims. There's a Midwest. I think we got all of their details too, because we were like interviewing them.
Yeah.
We got like it's this and this person.
It wasn't detailed, but it was like
drained out.
Like social, like this is our names. It's where we come from. But nothing like, you don't know where they live, you don't know what they studied.
Well, they live in the morgue now.
Yes. But he listens to your report, and he's like, this is odd. He's been targeting women, and now with this man, this couple, it changes things. We thought we could bait it. Now we're not sure. This changes everything.
It went from serial to spree. I don't know.
Real fast.
Yeah. Maybe he just got hungry.
That's 4. That's 6 bodies.
Yeah.
Could have been
But
more.
only 4 were, ritual, whatever.
Did you see what symbol this 4th body had?
No.
Okay. All right. Time to make some phone calls. And he goes upstairs. He's like, but before he leaves, he's like,
what can I do?
Make some coffee. I think it's going to be a long night.
I'll make some coffee.
And
you got it, boss.
After about half an hour, he comes down. And you notice that he's like, thank you. Yes. He's got 5 other people with him. 2 you recognize. One is Persephone. One is Zeus.
Oh.
The other 3, though, you're assuming are the rest of the Olympians. And he does motion over. He's like, Persephone and Zeus. This is Poseidon. That's Hades. And that's Artemis. And
pleasure, honor.
It is so wild for you in particular because Poseidon is actually the grocery store manager that you shop at. Hades is a local mechanic that you've taken your truck to once or twice. And Artemis is actually the only one that you don't recognize from your daily life. But you see that she has like this kind of PE coach body. Kind of like what's the name of the unibrow female from Dodgeball? I want to say Helga, but that's really like
I think it is Helga.
I think it's tropey though. So
as opposed to Dodgeball?
Touche. But he shows them the image and he tells them Rum was really specific about things, so I think this is spot on what we're looking for. I don't know. This is a monster. How do you miss this thing just flying through the air? And Artemis grabs the notebook. She's looking down at it, and she just looks up at the group. Nobody looks up. Nobody ever looks up. So much shit.
That's what it took for us.
So much shit happens above us. Nobody pays attention. And Apollo comes back over. Starts distributing coffee cups. So they're not at West Salem. But they are en route to Salem General. Your friend, Mr. Bennington, they're both in the emergency room. Mr. Bennington should be out with minor stitches. Whatever it did to Mia compared to him is monstrous.
Yeah.
They've put her in the ICU. They've already got her prepped for an emergency surgery. This thing, the way the nurse contact that we have described it, it's like she tried to fight off a bear by herself.
Yeah, it's basically how it went down.
This isn't like a black bear or a brown bear. He described it like a polar bear. Like, he's never seen anything like this. And he's having a hard time stifling some of the rumors that are starting to spread. Luckily,
That's not good.
luckily, we know that there are doctors that are in the pocket of some of the vampires in the city. So hopefully they will also try to discourage any spreading of these kinds of rumors. They've done so in the past.
Speaking of that,
Hmm.
we got 2 doctors to maybe check out about that.
Okay. And he pulls out the little pocket notebook and he pulls out a pen. The morgue?
From which morgue was it? West Salem morgue?
West Salem morgue.
Yeah. Mia and Bennington went to the West Salem morgue,
Mhm.
and they came back. They'd been bamboozled. You know, they got like the juju on them.
Mm.
They were like, we saw nothing at the morgue. There's definitely someone there. You know,
it's been on our radar, but everyone that gets sent there has the same interaction. So whoever's there is strong
and there's
or
some shit going on
gifted with mental abilities.
Yeah, something, some sort of woo.
Yeah.
Because they were they were all Stepforded. The other thing, my dad, there's this weird Dr. Hunter. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Said he was doing special blood transfusion stuff, and yeah, that seems vampire-y. So, you know, I don't know. Keep an eye on that. Maybe.
Yeah, and you see Hades kind of step forward at this point. Blood transfusions. We've seen that before. Zeus, you remember 78? He's like, oh, yeah, there was a vampire who created thralls by infusing his blood into them.
Oh.
The only way we found out about it is because they started to mimic the flaws that their host presented.
Huh.
They started to become more monstrous, more hideous. Turned out to be this monstrosity that was living under West Salem. We never really got him, but we did destroy his operations.
Well, it sounds like it could be that. Hopefully not, because, you know, man, love my dad.
Right.
Is there any way we could tell? Get you a blood sample? Bring one of you with me?
There's somebody
look into it
that can sense them.
Mm.
The thralls are a little harder to sense, but we might know somebody that can double check, and we'll make sure that we sweep the retirement home just to make sure that your father isn't the only one. But for now, I think we have good intel. The group did good work. It would have been nice to stop this thing, but we take the victories we can. And you survived.
Yeah, he just 8 bullets like nothing, so I'm not sure what we could have done. But,
interesting. Not all of them are that hardy.
Yeah, nothing we've come up against so far like this.
Strange. Keep us abreast of their condition. I've got my contact also calling me with updates, but in case you're on your way over there,
Yeah.
he hands you a spiral notebook and a pen.
Okay.
See if they will remember anything.
Oh, sure. Any other details?
Yeah, and we'll start spreading the word about this to the other cells.
Remind them. Look up.
Yeah. And as you're about to leave, he stops you. He's like, he grabs you by the arm. Do you have anyone in Portland you can trust?
Nope.
Okay. We'll try to get this out to the neighboring cities as best as possible. Then we were hoping that because of your connections with vehicles, that you might have run something back and forth or known runners.
I can get a word out. I don't know how much trust.
No.
You know, I can't stake if it's top secrets. You know, if my dad might be compromised, what do I know?
Yeah. The issue becomes that there's two main, I don't want to say factions, but there's two main schools of thought in Portland right now. And we think, unfortunately, one of them is being funded by what we started to call the alphabet, the government alphabet, which is the FBI, the CIA, kind of NSA.
Yeah.
You know, just a bunch of letters. Somebody said that they saw a badge that said FBI SAD. There's no SAD on record. We don't know what that stands for. But they're also much more militant, and so and he kind of motions to everybody. We're not military people. We're just trying to do the right thing because nobody else can, honestly. Keep doing good work. And
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you guys.
He lets go.
Haven might be full of vampires. Just, you know, as an aside.
We had suspicions. The speed at which it got up after its destruction last year was concerning.
Yeah. AB's got this, sense. He's got the sixth sense kind of thing. And, he was sure places riddled with them. And I've got some names of ones that are pretty sure. I got Rom remembers the names.
Yeah.
From an hour ago.
And he takes it on a notepad and he just adds it to the board. And
Morrison.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
DJ Lazarus, maybe.
Okay.
DJ Lazarus.
Yeah. But he adds all the names that you give him.
All right. I'm off to the hospital.
Okay.
By the way, in case you were wondering, it's Fran is the character's name from Dodgeball, not Helga.
Fran.
So It wasn't as on the nose.
Yeah. Run.
Fran.
Okay. So it is uneventful at the hospital. They tell you that they don't even think that they need. They give you a full body anesthesia. They can do a local set of injections, just to kind of patch up your arm, maybe. But they do tell you that your friend is going into emergency surgery. They've wheeled her from the emergency room up to an ICU unit, and they're going to try their best to patch her up. There's one nurse that you notice was not part of the group that brought you in, but he comes around, and he's like, hands you a cup of coffee. Bennington, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. I've told the Pantheon what happened. They're gathering the Olympians together. He closes the door. What happened? What did this to you? To the both of you?
I mean, it looked like stone at first. Forgive me, actually. It's more of a look like a person, actually. A nice suit and all before I shot at him. Then he turned into, one of those creatures that you have on the wall, like that's peered off on the corners here, like a gargoyle. But yeah, I was up close, and he was not made of stone. He looked like he was just a hodgepodge of different pieces. To be honest, he took everything we gave him and barely did anything. To be honest, did more to us than we could do to him.
We've
as you can tell.
never encountered something like that before.
Yeah, well, now that's all. Now that's two of us that can say that. Well, four of us.
Most of the things take 2 or 3 shots and they're down. Then we come in and we chop off the head and we take care of it. But you're saying this thing took more than that?
Yeah, but real quick, how's Mia doing?
I won't know. The surgical team is moving her down to the surgery room right now. From the little bit that I saw of her report, it looks bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've only ever seen something like this when a camper gets too close to something that they shouldn't get so close to. You know, bears and wolves and such.
So, is that what they're going to say? That a wolf came out from the forest, jumped on top of this fucking building, and attacked us along with those 2 people? I just want to make sure I got the story straight on this.
Oh, I don't know what they're gonna say, but there's another member that came in about a month ago, and man, it looked like he lost his arm in a bear trap, and it never made it to the news. I wouldn't be surprised if there's no mention of this in the newspaper or the television.
So they can just keep doing what they're doing while
It's part of the problem.
do you know where the two other victims? Do you know where they were taken?
The couple,
Yeah.
the morgue, they're dead.
I'm saying but here, correct? Or in the actual are they actually looking them over or they're just sending them directly over to West Salem, the West Salem morgue?
Their paperwork never came here, so they're probably in West Salem.
No. At least I know there's a doctor there that I've met before, but I don't think that that's a good idea. Because it's, you see, there, I can't tell you why I know him, but I have met this person before, Colson, Dr. Colson.
Okay.
And I thought I met him the first time over at Haven, which, by the way, if they didn't tell you, Haven is completely infested with the supernatural.
Oh, I don't got time to go to clubs, bro. Oh. But noted.
Neither here nor there, but
Try to keep my friends out of there.
yeah. But saying this because I thought I met him for the first time there, but it turns out my memory's hazy because it's almost as though I could have met him somewhere else. Usually that haziness comes from the morgue, or like when I think about the morgue that I tried to go into the other day.
There's, unfortunately, there's a lot of them that have those powers of mental command and control, and it's hard to know when it's been done to you.
Well, at least now I know that the next time I try to recollect a memory and it becomes like a scene from The Exorcist in my head, I'll know that somebody's been tampering with it.
There's a knock at the door, and you see the actual nurse that's assigned to you come in. She's like, "Oh, Charlie. Mr. Bennington, the staff doctor on duty right now agrees that we should keep you at least overnight so we can watch to make sure that your wound is not infected and that you are not in any kind of critical danger to muscle loss or tendon damage, things like that nature." So if you don't want to stay, we will need you to sign a form that you are waiving the medical advice of doctors and staff. And I can bring that in for you if you'd like. And Charlie goes, I'll grab that. I'll grab that. You don't need anything else, Mr. Bennington? You just wanted a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I'll take a cup of coffee. Sure.
You have a cup of coffee. Remember,
just a cup of coffee.
He brought that in, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that's just him
Yeah.
that's just him going through it. Yeah, if you can just get me that information then I guess on what's going on with Mia, that would be great. In fact, nurse, do you by chance have any kind of update on the person that came in with me, Mia?
Yeah, he looks at it. He's like, Mr. Bennington did ask about his associate. I told him that I at least don't have any information because the ICU and surgical team has taken over. So and they don't really share things with us down here. And she's like, no, yeah, Charlie's right. Once you leave the ER for whatever department you're going into, like if you're staying overnight, or if you're in a maternity leave, or if you're, whatever ails you, that team now becomes responsible for you. You're only taken care of here by our staff, and the information kind of flows through all of us here and goes to where it needs to go once we determine what the next course of action is. But no, and he kind of taps the bed, the foot of the bed, and he's just like, "I'll bring that paperwork for you," and he leaves. She goes, "All right, so I'm gonna take your pressure, take your temperature, and we're gonna see how you're feeling so far. Do you need any pain medication? Are you suffering a lot right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, where do you think you are?"
Like as a character, I mean, I literally just got mauled on my arm.
Yeah.
And I have a chunk of flesh taken off of me. Yeah, I would say it's about a 5, if I want to be honest.
No. Okay. I'll bring some aspirin. And then she puts the.
I guess sarcasm wasn't. No, I'm in. Please, okay, what's the right answer here? 7.
Okay.
It's a 7.
I'll grab something stronger.
You need the chart with the faces.
Yeah.
And then you go.
Just that one.
And she wraps the thing around your arm, and she starts to squeeze take your pulse, and puts a little thermometer under your tongue, and she makes a note of your information. And as she's finishing, Charlie comes back with the paperwork, and she grabs the clipboard from him, the pen, and she goes, "Again, Mr. Bennington, we must. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to stay at least overnight. You have very grievous injuries, and it would be safer if you at least stayed overnight. But if you're waiving your rights, this is the paperwork. I need you to sign on the X's and initial on the last page, please."
And as I'm looking it over, I'm like, do I know that that's the idea? I just want to know where the ICU is.
The intensive
like in
care
relation
unit.
in relation to where I'm at.
The intensive care unit is up on the 3rd floor right now. Your friend isn't there though. Like, she's probably on her way down to the surgical suites.
But am I able to find her room number at least?
Yeah, if you go to the entrance, they should give you her room number, and you can come back during visiting hours.
Yeah, would I have known the room, like at some point throughout all of this, somebody could have mentioned that to me?
Not at all.
But her room would essentially be in the 3rd floor. Right now, they're prepping her for surgery.
If and when she's comes out of surgery, they will take her back to the ICU on the 3rd floor. Yes.
I understand. I'll sign the paperwork.
Sure.
Depending on how much time has passed, Rom might be showing up, and
Yeah.
he'd definitely have all that info already.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will, just in case you're about to sign, Rom bursts in.
Yeah. No.
Well, I mean, I could sign the AMA and then still stay in the hospital, whether they want me there or not is the question.
Yeah. But yeah, you sign it, and they're like, "All right, once the doctor's cleared out one of the surgical rooms for you, we'll take you in." And as they open the door to leave, you see that Ram is about to knock. But you see a female and a male nurse come out of the room, and they've currently got the bandaging and kind of dressing on his arm and on the side of his body.
Well, you've looked better.
Thanks. I'm glad you didn't skin your knee when you were leaving.
Look, I got all the information back to Apollo and the gang. Everybody's there. They're shocked that we're not just dead from what this was, because they don't know what this was. The nurses are gone, right? So
yeah. I'm assuming that once they leave, you close the door and you have this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how safe we are here in this hospital, and that's also including me.
So they said that that we should be we've got friends here, but that so do the vampires. So who knows? But I think did somebody already reach out to you?
Well, somebody did come in earlier before he left. Did notify me that they're just trying to keep everything hush hush here. I don't know much more information than the fact that I'm still alive and that Mia's still in the hospital here. Looks like she's being prepped for surgery.
I stopped at the at information on the way in. I've got her ICU number or her room number, so we can go up whenever you're ready.
No, let's do it now. I just get up. I'm just like, yep, that's.
You don't want the pain medicine first?
I mean, at this point, just like, wait, this is the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have anything locked really in this room. They don't really have anything locked in this room, do they?
No, but it's not. There's no hard medicine here. Like, it's just dressing and wound cleaning things, the supplies like that.
So yeah, no medication as far as ibuprofen, nothing like that.
No, there's no like.
It's going to be at least an hour more until she's out. So, there's no rush to hightail it up there.
Yeah. But what is it that they want us to do now?
Basically nothing. It's out of our hands for now. It's like debrief. And it's like, I need to get whatever details I can get from you to get back to them. And they're regrouping to see what they can do about this thing.
Detail. What would I have seen that you did not see? We were all on the same spot.
I know, but you were closer up. Maybe there was something strange about the gunshots. Maybe your spider sense was tingling. I don't know, man.
I hope this
But
doctor comes back with the medicine.
Any little bit can help them figure out something.
Can I try to recall what the creature looked like before it turned into a gargoyle?
Sure. It would be an intelligence and awareness check.
It's not bad. 5.
Yeah.
4, 5.
Yeah, was I even in a position to see that?
It would have been harder.
2 9s, a 10, and then 2 1s.
Okay, 3 successes. You think back and you start to describe what you remember of this guy. The slick back hair, the clean shaven look, the appearance of wealth in how he was dressed. You give him details that you didn't even remember spotting before you took your shot. Like the fact that he had a tie pin that had a W, it looked like, from your distance. Or a double V at least. You remember that as one of the hands was turning into its claw, there was a ring on the left hand. Simple band of what looked like gold or silver. and the stitching are the big things that you remember. And how he was fleshy, even though he looked like stone.
Yeah.
Okay. I hadn't gotten any of that. So
Yeah. As far as the two victims, were we able to see? We saw just what happened to them, but was there I wouldn't have seen like. I'm making sure that I'm trying to eliminate the possibility of this being another sacrifice for an outcome, for the summoning.
Yeah, no.
So I just wanted to
When they were picking you and Mia up off of the ground, they were putting body bags on the other side of the bodies, so they were full on dead by the time.
No, I'm just making sure that there wasn't like scar, like like in other words, like they were carved into them any kind of ruined symbols, nothing like that. Like I'm trying to make sure that it's not part of what we saw at the bridge.
No. There wouldn't have been any time, honestly.
Okay.
You got up there before he had any chance to do anything besides just kind of finish both of them off.
What I know we only heard a few words coming from him before I started shooting. So, could I tell an accent of any kind?
Slight twang.
Okay. I'll relay all that information. Yeah.
All right, let me make a call and get this over to them, right away. I'll
By the
call
way,
back to safe house. Oh yeah.
Where's my revolver? Do you still? It's not in the hospital, is it?
No,
Okay.
it's in the van, in one of the
Copy.
panels.
I think that you're gonna maybe you could use your resources. I
Yeah,
don't
get
know if this
myself
will.
one of them.
I don't know if this will work. I know it works on. I know it works on vamps, but maybe we should spend some money and get some silver bullets. Because regular bullets just aren't cutting it with this thing.
All right. Yeah. Maybe we can get something fancy.
Oh no,
Homemade
I got
mercury.
something in the works for it now. Have you ever? And as we're walking, like, is she coming in at any point with the medicine? Because I will just grab it out of her hands and just leave.
There's a knock. As you guys are like preparing to not be here anymore, and you see that there is this older gentleman, kind of dress shirt, the sleeves are rolled up, he has a vest, there's no tie, the top button's undone, it looks like there's a stethoscope kind of coming out of his vest pocket, he's got slacks, nice shoes, there's no doctor's coat though. And he comes in, he looks around the room. Mr. Bennington, they told me you were alone. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm looking at Can I see his name on his?
He doesn't have a nameplate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Doctor. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I used to be a doctor. I'm the medical coordinator now. I'm the head of the hospital, as it were. He comes over. He extends his hand to you. My name is Thomas Reginald Hyde. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Why do I just feel all creeped out all of a sudden?
You say it out loud?
No.
Okay.
No. Out of character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Dr. Hyde.
Dr. Hyde. Yeah.
You can see why I don't use my title.
Yeah.
I heard you had quite a night.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Exactly.
They are prolific in West Salem. I'll be more careful where you venture out into.
I take out the rosary,
Mm-hmm.
and I just put it. And I do exactly this. I put it to my temple. I put this to my temple. I go, yeah, wolves. I pray about it every night, and then just so I could use it
Yeah.
to see.
The moment you bring your rosary up to your head, he smiles. He looks at the two of you. I sure hope that you wake up with this whole burden taken off your shoulders.
No, 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 no.
You rest well, both of you. And the last thing you hear
Yeah, the last thing I hear
is, I'm going to be taking care of you and your associates' bills. Don't you fret none. And you wake up the next day in the hospital bed.
Does the massive amount of coke that Rom does interfere with its power?
Nope. Dragons. So AB wakes up the next day with an IV unit, bandages. There's the smell of a warm but getting cold breakfast. Mia wakes up after who knows what length of time she was in surgery, but also wakes up well rested, in pain, and there is this fleeting memory of having met the head of the hospital, and the sheer relief at how they're considering your case a charity, and so that you don't have to pay for anything. They're going to take care of you. Ron wakes up in his home.
Do you feel sore in anywhere of your body? Just check your neck, check your arms.
You
check my ass.
You know where you live.
Yeah, there's this sense of relief, hollow relief, but relief knowing that one of the last things you heard was that AB and Mia's bills were going to be charity cases for the hospital.
There was nothing much I could do after that. You know, I just had to come home and finally get some rest.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
apparently.
rest. Yeah. No point sitting up in the hospital all night.
Yeah, right after I signed my AMA, but all of a sudden,
Yep.
I just stayed in the hospital.
Well, those meds were really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look underneath the tray, your AMA is ripped up. And one of
I
the
remember signing it, and all of a sudden
it's signed.
I'm here.
It's signed, but it's also ripped up. And you see the nurse come in. She's like, "Oh, good, you're awake. This is gonna be Charlotte. Charlotte's the day nurse. How'd you sleep?"
Surprisingly well, actually. Just feels kind of like deja vu. I've
Good.
had this.
Good. You weren't any trouble. The anesthesiologist was really gentle with you, and we were told to let you know that your case and your associate's case are being considered charity cases by the head of the hospital, so you won't have to worry about any bills or anything like that. We're going to take care of you. Charlotte's going to be with you for the daytime. I will be back tonight, but if you're not here, just know that you were very, very much a pleasure of a patient. You slept well, didn't have to wake you up for anything, and you know it's appreciated given how some of the other patients here are a bit spastic.
You're welcome. I'm just trying to recall. Right now, I'm trying to recall quickly how the night went.
Yeah, and Charlotte, takes a big, one of those big like rectangular erasers, erases the previous nurse's info, and she puts in her info. On a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Bennington, how would you say you're feeling?
Yeah, I feel a lot better, obviously. Guess a 2? It's 1? Maybe?
Oh, like, good. That's much better than we anticipated. You might actually be out this afternoon then if the doctor thinks you're ready for discharge.
Yeah, the doctor. I'm trying to recall meeting the head of medical, which Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde. Like, I'm saying this out of character. Out of character, I'm trying to recall this.
Yeah, I'm
trying to recall that conversation because I remember him saying those words.
Yeah, you remember him saying that he's going to take care of you, that you should stay in the hospital. You remember Rom nodding in agreement. And then Rom telling you that since you're going to be staying, that he was going to go home and get some rest.
I just need to get some rest.
Yeah, I just need to get some rest. As he's doing this, need to get some rest. And then would I imagine myself ripping up the AMA?
No, you just kind of acquiesce to their suggestions, and you have the memory of him ripping up your AMA in front of you. Just kind of patting your leg.
But I can't get any details of that night of the night prior.
Not at all. Like after,
you still have
the attack. Like you still have the attack in your mind. You still have everything that happened on the roof. But from the hospital to now, everything's
body
blur.
Okay, this feels very familiar.
Mm-hmm. The only difference is that when it happened the last time, you were in the hospital and you don't know what's been done to you. This time, it definitely feels more malicious. Like there is memories that have been
modified.
Not even modified, destroyed entirely. Like you get to a point, and then there's the new memory that you have, and then you get to another point. There's a blackness, and then there's a memory of you acquiescing. It's very weird. It's like watching a videotape that's been corrupted, and you get that kind of wavy Cinemax warbled sound, and then you go back to a video, but it's like it's a different movie entirely. It's like if you're watching The Never-Ending Story and you hear Atreyu yelling for Artax to come out of the Swamp of Sorrows, and then it just kind of like warbles, and it becomes just vaguely like something equivalent to the Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz, and then it comes back to Atreyu yelling, and then again Wizard of Oz, and then it's just you waking up in the morning.
I'll take a pad and paper that I imagine would be on the nightstand there, and I'm gonna write down 2 names.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and write down one, which is Dr. Hyde, and then the other one is the night nurse, the nurse that was actually taking care of me that night.
Okay.
Rip up that paper, rip the top of it, fold it, put it in my pocket. That way I don't forget these names. Yeah.
There's when you're writing Hyde's name, there's a little pep in your step. There's like a little There's a little I would say an addition of flair to his name. You don't just write HYDE, like you write this very nice H, very nice Y, this slides into the D, and then just this E that you kind of curly Q back around to kind of underline his name. And then you just have this very by the book, just kind of like procedural way of writing the nurse's name. Completely different.
I want to write. I'm gonna on a separate sheet of paper. I want to write Dr. Colson's name. See if that
procedural.
Okay. Interesting. Great. I didn't put like a heart and then put my name after.
No.
Hide heart
No.
AB.
There's no accoutrement of like, that's my boyfriend. It's just there's a little extra juge in Hyde's name.
I guess I'm just gonna wait until I get medically cleared and then see if I can find. Since I don't know if Dom gave me the information already of the room for Mia, but
if he did, you don't remember it.
Great.
But after you eat breakfast and Charlotte comes back, you see that she has a male orderly with her. And she's like, Mr. Bennington, this is Isaac. Isaac is going to take you down to ICU so you can see your friend for a little bit. Is that going to be okay with you?
Very much appreciated. Don't. And I, like in my head, I'm like, why are they talking to me like a child?
And you see him go around and he unfastens the pole holding up your IV and he brings it back around very carefully. He helps you up and puts you in the wheelchair and fastens the IV to it. And he's like, all right, Mr. Bennington, let's get you downstairs so you can see how your friend is doing. From what I understand, she's pulled through. She's good.
That's good to hear. It'll be nice confirmation once I see her then.
Yeah. And you are wheeled down and you see that Mia is groggy but awake. There's breakfast set up, pancakes, bowl of fruit, some coffee, and 2% milk. But you see an orderly, just this little, almost rotund kind of gentleman, darker skinned, kind of wheeling AB into your room. And he's got an IV sticking out of his arm and going up to a little bag. And he's like, I'm gonna be right outside, Mr. Bennington. If you need anything, just holler my name.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, and he pats you on the shoulder as he steps out.
Hopefully not on the bad shoulder.
Nope. But he does close the door.
So it's just me and Mia, right?
Yeah, and there's a little window that the nurses can look into the room. And he's just standing there, kind of like looking in, talking to one of the other nurses, and just kind of glancing in and out every so often just to make sure that you're not trying to flag him down or you need anything from him.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I position myself so they don't see my mouth, like they can't see my mouth moving. Sure. So glad you're alive. How are you feeling?
I'm there,
Aside from getting like feeling like you got hit by a bus, you actually don't feel bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just groggy. Just groggy.
Just groggy.
Aside from feeling like you got hit by a bus,
yeah,
you feel fine.
They gave me 2% milk. I mean, I don't drink dairy, so.
Okay, don't worry. And I grab the 2% and I just start drinking it with something like. It's like I can find orange juice. I think I can ask the orderly for orange juice if we need it.
Yeah, or apple juice or anything that, but honestly, I feel good, which is strange. I mean, I remember what happened to me and I felt like shit.
Mm.
And here I am. Like, do I have I probably when I woke up, I probably would have looked to see if I have a scar or any to
You have
you know.
medical dressing, so you can't. You'd have to like pull up the tape and
Oh,
see what's going on in there. But around this point, I would imagine that if Rom's going to go to the hospital, he would be coming in.
Yeah. Whenever I can.
Yeah, come on in.
I've got flowers.
Yep.
Oh, do you have apple juice? Because we're gonna need it.
No, but I've got guns in the flowers.
I hope you didn't say that out loud. Hope you didn't say that. There's
are we gonna
guns
like
in the flowers.
are we gonna like blast our way out of the
It's
hospital?
80s.
Like,
It's
I mean,
80s. Nobody cares if we got
But
guns everywhere.
Nobody cares.
Reagan, come on.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Reaganomics. Sorry.
but yeah, I mean, how are you guys doing?
I compared to you, tis but a scratch, really. But I'm surprised that you're up and talking the way you are. Mia? What's the last thing you remember?
Us on the rooftop,
So
uh, getting into the ambulance, and I think everything else is a blur after that. I mean, I was in and out. I saw a lot of lights.
Rom,
I remember
same
anything else?
same question, Rom.
Well, like I told you, I met with the Pantheon.
No, last thing you remember.
Doctors told us there was nothing more to do last night.
Doctor, so
You-
how many people told you, like, you saw two people or one?
there was there's the or- there's a there was a guy who was telling you things, and then some other nurse, and they brought you the form. They didn't bring you the thing. They were bringing you pain meds. I don't know, man. I was pretty tired. I'm feeling great today, though.
Do I remember anything else? Because I mean, I was in and out going through surgery. So, but
Yeah.
No, you remember meeting the chief of
any,
medicine and being
Oh
told that
yeah, that's who that was.
being told that
Yeah.
you were gonna get your case considered charity for the hospital.
there was this one guy, the chief medical, saying everything was going to be covered because we're a charity case. I just gave him this look because I ain't no charity case. But yeah.
Yeah, somebody said they thought it was wolves.
Wolves?
I'm guessing you
Wolves
met.
really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What are
wolves
they gonna say? It was
end up on the rooftop? Like, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
Does this
Considering
look
what
like?
considering what we saw actually on the roof, I don't think anybody's gonna believe what actually happened. So let's.
Yeah, you want to get yourself in the psych ward instead?
But I take it then, like you said, by chance you met this chief named Dr. Hyde by chance?
Yeah. That's his name. Mr. Hyde. He didn't like to be called Doctor.
You remember meeting him, Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one saying wolves, I think.
Yeah. Do I remember that? Because my mind has been molested, probed. So I don't know what I
No,
remember, what I don't remember.
You remember having the mental image of a wolf. But you don't remember who said what?
Yeah. Do
It was
I
pretty
remember
late.
taking out my rosary at any point?
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
remember you remember it giving you like strength. You prayed for something.
Yeah. I was actually trying to use the artifact, and unfortunately, that didn't go the way I wanted.
I mean, it went successfully.
Uh-huh.
Does AB ever use the rosary, if not for the purpose of magic shenanigan detecting?
I used to, but
Not in front of you
Because if you
guys.
woke up with it still in your hands,
No.
oh, it's not in my hands, right?
No, it would be on the table. Yeah, you wouldn't be allowed to take that into surgery.
But I had it in my. Did I have it in my hands when I woke up, or
No,
was it on?
no, it was on the table.
Okay. But yeah. Yeah. You know how you remember at Haven that you told me that you felt that you were hoodwinked, bamboozled, hijacked. That we were
you mean that you
bamboozled.
guys were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I'm
The Apollo said something about that, or Hades. Yeah. That they know that there's some guy at the morgue that does that kind of, and that they've been like avoiding sending people there because every time they tried, people come back just like, yeah, the morgue was great, just like you guys.
That would have been nice of a warning if they would have told us beforehand.
You think, but maybe we forgot to mention to Persephone that we were going to go to the morgue.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lesson
Do they
learned.
know about Haven?
Yeah, I made sure to let them know.
Yeah. Well, look, did Mia? You just woke up, so I guess we can go ahead and ask the nurse on staff what what's the next steps for you. See if we can get you out of here.
We don't need to ask the nurse anything. We can just get the fuck out of here.
Let's hear it from the
I'm
nurse
I'm
first.
I'm,
Sure, Mia.
I'm good, AB, and I try to get out of the bed.
Yeah, you hop out.
Up. Yeah.
And the nurses come rushing in. Like, miss, please, you have to stay lying down, please. Physical therapy is coming later. They'll handle your movement.
I need to pop a squat.
All right. Julia, can you come in here and help us, please?
Nope. I don't need Julia or anybody. I can do this myself.
Do we need to be at least within arm's reach, so in case something happens to you? But two female nurses come over and they grab your arms and they walk you over to the bathroom.
Mia, relax. We just went through a traumatic experience, so just take your time. Wolves, exactly.
Yeah, I got attacked by wolves. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Just leave the door open, please, and so we can rush in.
No. First off, there's this guy, and then this guy who's
not completely open, just open so that there's nothing barring us from coming in to help you should you need it.
Slightly ajar.
Are there going to be more wolves in here since there was wolves on the rooftop?
Oh my god! I start gradually.
And both of the nurses look at the two of you and just like.
I mean, I could only imagine the pain medication or the anesthesia that Mia has been experienced has some residual effect. Mia, just go ahead and pop your squat.
I'll stay here. I'll stay here with her, Julia. Send notice to psychology that they might need somebody to come in and take a look.
No.
And she's like, yeah, sure.
Son of a bitch.
And Julia goes out the door. You guys understand that you guys are the ones, like I'm not the one that pushes you to make these outlandish choices that you've made. Like the whole I'm having a seizure, the whole I'm going to talk about wolves, that's all unprompted. I have not done anything for you to go down that alley. You've seen it in your own mind's eye. You've been like, that's where I'm going.
Now, mind you, I want to also point out that we as a lot of people, because I will say in this miniseries, I have yet to cause said. I have yet to go with.
You've been
make
the
us pick up
most
the
well
whole
behaved.
So,
Compared
so
to
yeah,
Erickson, you have been the most well behaved.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Yeah. Besides, shoot first, ask questions later.
I mean, that's the core of who you are.
That's the core. but yeah. So great. Miss, I understand that you have your own protocol and procedure, but like I said, she's just joking around. I mean, she's
better safe than sorry. There could be some trauma that we didn't catch.
I'm just joking. By wolves. Ma'am, I am just.
It's joking. Too late, Mia. It's too late.
Go ahead and use the bathroom so we can get you back in bed, please.
Oh my goodness.
Don't have a heart attack when you're in there, please.
Yep.
Trust me, I'm just happy to be alive after everything that I just went through.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And we wanna make sure that you're gonna be okay moving forward. So we just want to take every precaution.
So besides this precaution, nurse, with psych evaluation, when can you determine that Mia is safe to be discharged?
The doctor has to sign off on her. He will probably come by a little later. Usually the mornings are for any pressing surgical matters that need to take place, and then they come by after 11, between 11 and 2.
Okay, I understand, but in your opinion, how has her progress been since surgery?
I changed her dressing this morning, and she looks good. Better than anyone should look after being mauled by whatever attacked her.
I mean, what is good exactly?
Are you done using the bathroom?
Yes.
All right, let's get you back in bed.
Are you gonna? Yes.
Isaac, can you call Julia back, please? He's like, yes, ma'am.
Uppies.
Yeah. And there is a need after sitting down to go to the bathroom. There is a need to get up. There's the sudden shock of pain as you lurch forward in your seat. And they come help you back to the bed. But Isaac comes over. It's like, all right, Mr. Bennington, you ready to go back up?
Yeah.
Wait. Can he stay a little bit longer, please?
He's got his own doctor to meet up with, so we want to make sure he's in his room. I'll try to bring him back down, see if it's okay for him to come back down for like another hour when after that. But he's got to eat lunch. Yeah, he's got to eat lunch and meet with his doctor too. So,
Dom, you can stay with me, all right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, no problem. Let's go.
All right. And again, he pats you on the shoulder.
I'll see you in a little bit, Mia.
Nice to meet both of you. Come on, Mr. Bennington. Let's see if we can make it to the special elevator.
Yep. Right before I get into the wheelchair, because for whatever reason I need to go in a wheelchair. I lean over to Dom. I'm like, please make sure, like I whisper it, please make sure she passes her psych eval that she's about to take, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah. So in I go. Yeah. And off I go.
And as A.B. Bennington is wheeled off back to his room, and Ram and Mia sit down and prep themselves for the correct answers to a psych eval.
We have to study hard for the psych eval.
Study hard for this. I did not see wolves.
Yeah. Just on a big piece of paper, it's like no seizures. Underlined like 3 times.
No seizures. No Mothman. No
Nothing.
Bigfoot.
None of that. You have survived your first hunt and your first miniseries into Hunter the Reckoning. So thank you guys for participating in this. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you to the audience for joining us. As always, I want to give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're doing. Rom, what are you up to? Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Nah, I'm laying low. But
good.
Watch more stuff that this guy does. It's great. This guy.
Ike, what are you up to? Where can people find you online if you want to be found?
Here. Can I plug it in, True, or not yet?
The what?
The next thing that they can see.
The wolves. The wolves.
The wolves?
New all wolves.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll
be here.
Yeah, let them get enticed for a little bit.
Here.
I wanna leave them with a little, a little hint of something to come, so they can enjoy their holidays, but also know that when they come back, we're gonna be hitting the ground running. And Kenny, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found, and what are you up to?
Yeah, well, you can find me on social media under Mr. _ with the underscore in between each word. You can also find, there's no point of plugging TikTok if it's going to be gone by mid-January, but you can find my TikTok for now as Crit or Die Bears Love Gaming. I also want to give, like I did in the last week, I want to give a shout out to my parents that actually listened to this to the stream. I did get a message in the middle of the session from my mother, from my mom, saying, "Why are you a wrestler in every session that you're?"
I asked myself that too.
I mean, you get as you said before, the opportunity presented itself, so I shall.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can also find me on this channel. With Ravnos Archon, which I know from all three of us. I want to say my appreciation and thanks to you for letting me be a part of this mini series, and quite possibly for possible things in the future. Who knows?
Possibly. But yeah, as always, you can find us here. We will not be back until after the holiday season. So please enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your time by yourself or with family, however you want to spend it. We will be back mid-January with something special, something that is near and dear to my heart that I enjoy running and have run on this channel before. But it will be another mini-series, 4 episodes. Quite the cast of characters, let me tell you that. But otherwise, you can catch me this Friday and next Friday on McStabber Studios, as this Friday I run the final portion of our mage section of Queen's Gambit, the multi-plat storyline that took place in a vampire game, a werewolf game, a wraith game, a changeling game, and a mage game. And then next Friday, I will be one of the wraith survivors participating in the wrap-up episode where we get to find out if everything is going to go according to plan. And we'll see what happens. So far, it's been very lenient as far as character deaths are concerned. And I don't play that way. So we'll see who makes it to the final table from the mage offerings. But as always, thank you guys for participating in this wild endeavor, and I hope you, the audience, enjoyed yourselves. As always, we take mental health on the channel very seriously, so if you feel like you need help, please do yourself a favor and reach out. There are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube later. But just know that there are resources out there for you. If you are not in the United States or you don't do well with phone calls and text messages, you can always go to findahelpline.com. That's a website that'll help you find the resources in your area. And just be aware that it is okay to be okay. And a lot of people need to start really reinforcing that mentality, because a lot of us aren't okay, and a lot of us mask really well. So just be aware that there are resources out there if you need them. As always, thank you all for being here. Enjoy the holiday break, and everybody take care of yourselves. Be safe, and we'll see you when we see you. Have a good night, guys. Bye.